Yo, what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are here in Server 4 for Call of Dragons. They have what can only be described as a Royal Rumble that is happening right now. Now, let me see if I can increase some of my settings here. I do have sound effects actually good. Wow. Okay. The sound effects is good. Maybe I should turn it up a little bit here. Okay, cool. Hopefully we'll end up hearing some play. But I'm not at the moment. I'm really shocked here. Can we fix this? Should be coming through speaks. Weird stuff. Hang on, let me see if I just need to scroll in a little bit here. Nope. Still nothing. Nothing there. Well, we're going to try and figure this one out. While we're doing that, let me go ahead and just give a little bit of context. So I ended up getting contacted, I want to say this was a few days ago, by some members in Kingdom 4. And they basically told me that, hey, boss, we're going to be doing this thing for their kill event, which is ongoing. I'll show you right now. All right, so if we go to Strongest Lord, and then you can see here, right, we're on stage 6, which again is our kill ring, right, defeat as many enemies in, right, it's got 9.5 hours that's left. You can see here, right here, some of the top people, right, we got Aiden Bear, Ninja, oh no, from POS 4, showing our top 10, right, again. So again, really, really good numbers. I'm not sure if this is, I believe these should just be the kill rankings. I don't believe these are overall. Let's see real quick. Daily. Oh, that's pretty cool. It'll even show you everything per day. And we have armament rankings. And we have the battle rankings. Okay, cool. So yeah. In short, that's where we stand right now. But yeah, so the idea is that, as you guys know, right, Server 4, as I should say, if you watched my strongest servers, top 25 strongest servers video, you would know I gave some context here on Server 4 where, right, they've had very little fighting, unified pretty early, right? You can even see Boogeyman, right, #1 player here in S4 is even out playing. And from what I understand, there's just fights. I don't know if they're happening everywhere. They're supposed to be in defined areas from what I understand. So I believe this is just one, and then we have, there should be another one over where KUNT is. So I'm going to have to ask them, where are all fighting areas? Watching on, why did I just, oh, I think it's on Phoenix right now? Oh, cool. And so, yeah, so anyways, in short, the idea was, right, because they have, at this point, right, pretty organized as far as the kind of limitation of having lawless PvP, they thought, you know what, let's go ahead and organize some type of an organized PvP interaction, right, where we'll have a bunch of players just come out into a designated area in a space. And you can see that if I scroll out a little bit here, let's scroll out enough to where we can show it and it doesn't go all the way away. Okay, so we're gonna go right here. So, right, you can kind of get an example of, right, here's a bunch of players. Here's some players that are over here. I don't know who these ones are. These might be the main Han. Okay, never mind. Yes, these are KUNT players. So, yeah, again, we'll have to see here what they end up doing. Wow, again, a lot. You can just see hoarding it, right? But the idea here is that instead of just kind of having the lawless PvP, they would organize everyone into an area, have a bunch of players from different alliances all come in, and just kind of do this Royal Rumble Battle Royale, if you will. So again, something as far as when it comes to one idea on how to approach engaging in PvP within a unified kingdom, right, is a good one, and something that I do like. Obviously, if done right. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. Looks like we have some Phoenix members that are starting to gather a little bit more here. Oh, look at that. They're like, you know, we're going to jam out these runes real quick right before we get into the fight. So looks like we could be having a big clash here shortly. So this could be pretty cool. As always, right, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. And of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. Also remember, new videos coming out every day at 14 UTC/9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, let's see. I think I'm good. 687-545. Cool. Nice. Here, oh, I see. So maybe it's Han and Phoenix versus KUNT. Because now Phoenix is starting to move in. Sweet. Okay, cool. Looks like we're going to get some good PvP action going on here. Also interesting to see, who's running what. So it looks like we got, what is that? Nika, a Nika main. We got Waldir. Oh, sorry. Man, that's not Waldir. That's, who's the guy with the eye patch? This guy with the eye patch. Alistair. There we go. Yes, we got Alistair. Let me see. Alistair main, Nika. Lilia. Waldir over here. Another Waldir. We got a Garwood. Guanwin. Lilia. Guanwin. Wow, so a lot of Guanwin, Waldirs, Lilias. Okay, a couple Nikas. Oh, wow. Here we go. Oh, actually, hang on. Where is it? Okay, no, we're up here. Okay, no, nice. Here we go. Here's the big bananas. So let's see also, I think, right, and when we're watching the open field PvP, curious to see, right, what skills are we going to be seeing, right, any level of coordination. It would look, we got a time bomb being thrown off, sacred shield being thrown down for a little bit of defense. There, that's the one that blocks incoming damage up to a couple legions within the area for a set time limit. Power strike skill being thrown down. Look at that time bomb being hit too as well. And remember, right, ooh, ground pound, okay. And this is the thing about, oh, nice little salve going off here, okay. Double sacred shield. Oh, it looks like that might have been a Shadow Games, or that could have just been one of the other skills that we saw from the multiple purple. Sacred shield, hard shot being thrown out, acid breath, another salve. There's like a little bit of healing going down here. It's not a tier, though, because we would have seen the proc on it. Right, again, right, a lot of Lilias here. Lilia, Nika, Waldir. Ooh, looks like a Madeline main, too, as well. You can even see on the back here, right, Waldir, Guanwins. Look, you got Eliana over here on the side. Is this Atheist? Right, is it Atheist? I think that's the name of that one. That's the only flying commander that we have in the game right now. Shadow Games being thrown down, massive damage. Dude, the murder ball's intense right now. And let's see if there's any kind of slight tactics being applied here, right? Are we seeing any kind of range play? Shadow Games being thrown down, very nice. Looks like a TP in or TP out. Okay, TP out. And geez, man, a bunch of Phoenix just fleeting right now. Just to kind of give you guys some number examples, right, on kind of where we are on the rankings here, right? You can see KUNT a little bit above Han and Phoenix. So, if they want to kind of do a 1v2 or something like that, I guess you could argue it, it's, maybe makes sense. I mean, again, I think they're close enough in power. And that's one of the beautiful things, I want to point this out, is that when you have multiple alliances that are all close in power, everyone gets more of an indication that they can equally participate. That they don't feel as though I'm just going to get run over if I come in this fight, right? That's the one thing about when you're trying to promote, some type of organized PvP, is that the way you get more people to show up is by showing them and having them believe that they can equally participate along with others, that it's not just a one-sided battle or it's going to be overwhelming, right? Now, when you're looking at the rankings, yeah, do I think Server 4 is doing a good job of trying to keep these as close as they can? Of course. I think this is good, right? You look at the top 4, and it's less than 200 mil. If you look at, right, 2 and 1, right, you still have about, 60, 80 mil difference. So really the objective here, in my opinion, is trying to get, however many active alliances, maybe let's just say your 6, right? Try and get your 6 or even your top 4 to close, right? As close in power as you possibly can. That's really going to be, the best thing that they can do. Because if you can get everyone to around that, let's say, hopefully we don't get a disconnect here. We probably will. We'll try and get back in quick. But the idea here is that, right, you want to try and get to a point where you can get everyone to around the same power that the number 1 is. Again, because once you do that, then you're in a position where now all players that are visually looking at that on the leaderboard can say, man, we're at the same power. We can compete with anyone, right? That's the mindset that starts to seep in, and then you have an easier time selling that. And when you start doing those things, it now will motivate players, incentivize them, encourage them even to start coming out and participating in more of these types of organized PvP events, and even in other AVA type events where they'll think to themselves, man, I can invest more than just the bare minimum, right? Because I'm actually able, because now, because visually the alliance that we're going up against isn't just overwhelming, right? So to speak. So, okay. Ooh, hang on, let me zoom in a little bit more. Here we go. Nice, right back in the fight. That didn't take too long. Right, so again, I love the foundation that Server 4 is approaching with. Again, I don't know, obviously, if all the leaders are talking. I don't know the level. I can't speak to the level of organization that really goes into the nitty-gritties and the details. But what I can say is that the way that it looks as though they're attempting the power balance, I think is a big win. And doing more, and I mean, again, just look at how many people are showing up for the organized PvP fights, right? When you have people that show up, especially Han, the number of Han, looks like a little bit more Phoenix maybe, unless I'm just not looking at where, never mind, there's a bunch of Han actually up here, right? So when you have a lot of Han, a lot of Phoenix, a lot of KONT, right, you have the top alliances that are showing up, that encourages more people to show up, not only within your own alliances, but potentially now you might get the number 4, the number 5, the number 6 alliances involved. And what you can do is you can change things up, right? Maybe one kill event you guys do 1, 5, and 6 versus 2, 3, and 4. Maybe the other one you do 1, 3, 5 versus 2, 3, 6, right? Something like that as an example, right? You can switch up how you approach who's teaming up with who. Maybe you guys do 3 teams of 2, right? When you have good activity and you have good balance of alliances, it really allows for you to have more fun with how you work on the team formations, right? And you can really start being more creative, and that can be enjoyable. You can do things like last man standing, right? You go into an area, everyone brings out as many marches, no replenishing, and you just have to try. You have to think about it, right? If you're not able to replenish your troops, and it's last man standing or last alliance standing that wins, you now have to try and think about how are you going to approach the game more tactically. Right? How are you going to be more strategic? Maybe we should try and get everyone in voice. That is fun. And those are the types of things that you can do when you have organized PvP, and it's not just lawless all over the place. Lawless PvP, to a degree, is fun, but usually it's fun to the winning side, right? More so than it is for everyone involved. So it's more one-sided enjoyment rather than it is all-encompassing enjoyment within the kingdom. But with organized PvP, now you can start getting into the fun war games. People can actually keep progressing at a rate of 100% while always having that option to participate in any and all PvP that they want to. That, to me, is always going to be the best of both worlds. And that's really how kingdoms should be built. It's just that the majority of kingdoms across this type of genre of games is usually, for the most part, not done that way, right? Lawless PvP is just easier because it doesn't really require a lot of, you could argue critical thinking, a lot of planning. You just kind of go and make the action to do it, right? And that's not to say that, no one thinks at all, right, when you're doing lawless PvP. It's just the idea is that you're just kind of going to go and take what you want, right, in the simplest terms. So for me, being able to kind of see this, the way that they're playing this out, I mean, this looks like a great showing from Server 4. Again, kudos and props to them for organizing this, having as many players show up that have. I mean, again, man, to me, Server 4, out of at least all 4 of the current kingdoms, from what, and again, not to say that I know every intricate detail about all the others, right? I'm very privy to what's happening in Server 2. I think I have a good understanding of what's happening in Server 1 and 3, and from what I've seen, and to my knowledge, no other kingdom at the moment besides Server 4 is doing these types of things to the extent that they're doing. So this is fun, man. I could sit here and watch this PvP all day. Thankfully, the lady and the baby are sleeping upstairs, so I have a little bit more time to actually get some stuff in. But man, I absolutely love the PvP in COD, right? If I was to even make any other type of suggestion, I would almost say, maybe make the names a little bit smaller here and maybe make the profile pictures, maybe even just the status, even just like 10 to 20% smaller, but really the names, right? I'd love to see the names be a little bit smaller, just because I like seeing the animations. I like seeing the troop movement. To me, almost trying to focus more on emphasizing that, so you can, and don't get me wrong, you can still see it well. This is just kind of more of a small note for me. I like being able to see the tactical play. I like seeing the micro play. I like seeing the transitions. I like seeing when we're, utilizing skill usage. Those types of things. I like to watch those interactions within a fight, right? Like, bam, Shadow Games being thrown down right here. Looks like from GSR on Mamet. That was nice. Sword Oath. Oh, that was pretty cool. Except I couldn't tell if that was. Oh, it was. He did that on Shadow. That was actually a pretty dope animation. See, those types of things, I love being able to watch. Right? Look at this dude. Shadow Games just doing so much damage here on this ball. Well, second one, time bomb being thrown down, dude. Well timed here. By Phoenix throwing on some of the KUNT members, man. That is what I'm talking about. Those are the kind of things that you just love seeing. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more spread here, just so you're not, getting yourself. Secret Shield being thrown down, right shield for a few of the allies, and Tinkling Flame, Sodorth being thrown. Dude, look at just the dads, right, that are just coming out on this little skirmish right here. Ground Pound. Oh, man, dude, this is so cool. Looks like a heal that might have been thrown down there. I can't tell if that was one of the Garwood procs, or assuming one of the Garwood skills being hit, or I should say procced. Wow, dude, very nice. Let's go see over here what else we got going on, dude. KOT looking for some. Ooh, dude. Oh, dude, we got POS coming in from the west, dude. It's just like, oh my god, dude, it's a hoarder ball. It's just so intense, dude. They're hoarding. I love it. Dude, it's like anywhere that I look on the map, there's a fight going on. And that's so dope, man. The hype right now for what server 4, this should be just an ad campaign to promo the game. Man, it's just, and this is the thing I love, right? Not only is the game open field, but the fact that you have ranged in the game adds it takes the genre of Kingdom Builders to the next level, right? You look at a game like Rock, a lot of people would argue that Rock is at the forefront within the Kingdom Builder genre, the 4-time space, and it probably is. However, you don't have ranged in Rock. You don't have artifact skill usage, at least to my knowledge, at this time. Again, I keep up with all the recent updates, but as far as playing, someone can let me know if that's the case. From my understanding, it's not at the moment, and or is not to the extent that Call of Dragons is doing it. And the fact that you just have timed, you have the ability to click and time your skills being done when you want. The fact that you're allowed to do skill timing, along with the fact that you have ranged play, it just, again, to me, it's almost like Call of Dragons looked at the way that these types of games are being played and asked themselves, why aren't we doing this more like StarCraft, right? Why aren't we doing this more like Command and Conquer or Age of Empires, right? Why are we not doing this like Warcraft, right, where we have a true RTS type feel? And that, to me, is really where the genre is heading and needs to go, right? This, from what I'm seeing from Call of Dragons, in my opinion, makes COD really at the forefront, right? They're kind of that fringe science. They're really pioneering the genre to in my opinion, where it should have been all along, but maybe just couldn't have been, right? Whether that's due to technology limitations or bandwidth limitations, maybe internet speed limitations, etc., whatever it may be. This, to me, is the pure enjoyment, right, of being able to watch these fights out, look at the range. Again, everything about the PvP in Call of Dragons, to me, is just exciting, and it's extremely fun to watch. Again, I can't wait until I actually have a main that I'm able to play when we end up taking our project and going to a kingdom. But yeah, again, dude, no matter where I go, I love this showing. Let me see where POS is ranked right now on the boards. Hopefully it doesn't time us out, right? So POS is 3. So far we've seen the top 4 alliances participating. And actually, that, to me, that sounds about right? Maybe you need to work on assisting 5 and 6, and then trying to get 3, 4, and 5 a little bit closer to 1. And trust me, you will get more engagement from that. But the fact that we have just like this Saloon Protective Aura, Sacred Shield going down, you can see, right, it hitting for a couple right here. It looks like 2 or 3, 4 that it hit for. Right, and then look, dude, you have Cav, and that's the thing, I really like seeing that. Where was it? I saw some Cav that was running around. Oh, I think it's right here. with Yolanda, right? He was running around with some cav and just speed running. Dude, look, dude, see? You got Triage Red here from Han running around with cav, just looking for those opportunities to take advantage. Dude, when you're having these big battle royales, having a little cav squad that is just going around and kind of taking advantage of those mismatch opportunities, those advantages, like those 3-on-1s, 4-on-2s, 5-on-1s, 5-on-2s, that to me is awesome, right? And look at this, dude. You got Triage Archmaid running around with cav. Honestly, dude, if I could find just a little cav squad, I would just watch them all day, just where they're going. Because, I mean, that even just seems fun in this type of a game, especially when you're having this big of a war, right? It's just, oh man, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little giddy right now. I'm really happy I was able to get on here to show you guys this. Dude, Han coming from the east. Let's see. Is there any other fights going on? Phoenix. Okay. Oh, dude, nice. Phoenix looks like they're coming back into the fight too as well, and they're gonna try and get some action going on. Dude, POS is just flooding. No, don't lag out on me again. You've been doing so well. I even minimized a bunch of things. Darn. Okay, hang on. We're gonna have to see if we. Oh, close that. Wait, did that say WTF? One of the options there? Okay, hey, we're gonna try and load back in. I'm not gonna show too much more off. Again, I know we've been here for about 20 minutes so far. But again, it has been incredibly enjoyable. Cool. Lady hasn't messaged me, so maybe she's still asleep. Oh, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on. Man, I'm slightly excited to get back in here now. Okay, let's see if we can get back. And someone sent me a ping here too as well. I gotta give a shout out to Donald J. Trump. Sure. Whichever content post can just shout me out in your next one. Yeah, dude, Donald J. Trump. Thank you so much, man, for the cord ping. That's actually been helping me just get to the fights that much faster. So appreciate it. I might be already at max. Let's see. Let me see. Can I zoom out a little bit more? Okay, here we go. Cool. Awesome. We're at max now. So Wood is chill. Oh, dude, nice. K&T come from the south. HON. They're transitioning. Are they fighting anyone else over here? Oh, dude, almost like they're getting sandwiched. You got Phoenix over here. I thought POS was in. Man, they must have been taking a bunch of damage right now. Just the horde, man. The way they move in waves. Oh, dude, so awesome. Again, looks like defending and splitting right now. Not kind of the worst thing to do, right? If you're having this large of a group come at you. And then it's kind of up to them, right? Are they going to be organized enough to just go all in one direction? Are they going to split themselves? Again, right, look at this. Unlove here. I actually kind of like this. Look at that, dude. Did a little bit of ranged hit, moves, and maybe he's looking to always try and stay at max perimeter and then just hit whoever is at max distance. Never mind. Looks like he's actually going all the way back. Let's see here, dude, what's going on. Looks like Han's fighting. Yeah, see, dude, Han's fighting. In this situation, what Han really should do is push back, right? Because the thing is, right, when you're having 3 or 4 different armies, you're always trying to kind of transition yourself appropriately. So some of Han backed out and KUNT is chasing. What Han should really do here is start moving east and bring Phoenix in, right? So then it becomes more of a fight of either 2-on-1 or just everyone fighting everyone. So it's not as one-sided, right? But again, those are things you kind of have to be in voice and coordinating, right? Because KUNT was probably taking the approach of, hey, let's just all stay together and then we'll just go around and fight. Whereas it looked like Han was kind of taking more of an approach of, hey, we'll just fight anywhere on the map, at least from before we had the last lag tune out. We saw them fighting a little bit around. And I guess KUNT a bit, but it just seems as though they're sticking a little bit more together. Right, now it looks like HON maybe trying to do a little regroup here. Oh man, are they actually doing what I just recommended? Maybe they are. Looks like Phoenix is pushing a little more east now. If Han keeps this up and they just keep pushing out, right? Oh, dude, look at Boogie, #1 player right here, rocking Emrys Hosk, going up against Hans Garwood Thane or Han Thane's Garwood. Here, dude, Boogie's got multiple. Who's he running there? Guanwin on another. We got Hosk, Emrys, and then he's running, is that Lilia? Okay, yes, looks like he's got 4 marches out here right now, right? I would just keep pulling that, dude, and then let him get in this fight over here, right? Everyone should just keep pushing east and get into the KUNT fight, and then now you're just doing a lot more. It kind of looks like they're doing it a little bit, but just not quick enough. Right? Ooh, dude, look at this Han on the flank, dude. I wonder if this was planned. Or just maybe accidental. I don't know, but I love the fact that it looked like they were coming in and flanking from the south, except now it's turned into a smaller fight. Oh, see Bogey's getting in there now. And yeah, man, KUNT's just pretty much primarily staying together. And then, well, here we go. So Han, again, nice little grouping, right? Regrouping that we're seeing here. Bogey still has his guys. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if everyone right here just kind of turned and went, and you get a nice little skirmish going on, right? You're kind of seeing the isolated situation. Looks okay. I see. It looks like a few KUNT people branching off. See, I probably wouldn't do this. This is what I kind of refer to as, this would be, gosh, what's the COD term where you're camping, so to speak, right? Because remember, they have to come out of here, right? If that's where they have to, right? If that's kind of their choke point. So I necessarily wouldn't camp that. I would just kind of wait in the middle, let them come out and get grouped. It's not really as fun if you're just kind of hitting them when they come out. It's more fun, I think, if you let everyone get grouped and organized and then go ahead and, get a nice little fight going on. So here we go, dude. Han looks like they're regrouping a little bit. And maybe that's what they've done. Maybe everyone's kind of in a designated section. Let me see. Right, because if I go south, I wonder if KUNT is down here. Oh, so they are. So you have some KUNT. I don't know where the POS4 guys were. Right, but then you see here, and you got Phoenix all up here. Han is over here, but where's... Yeah, see, they're over here, but where's POS4? Unless they just had to walk really far, and I'm crazy. I don't know then. That's really weird. I really wonder where they were. What are we at? When was that? 28 minutes? Let's see what we got. I thought we had more Han. Okay, I see they're up here right now. Okay. Looks like maybe regrouping. I also do like the respect where they're not going all the way in, right? Maybe they're waiting for them to get organized to come back and fight, right? Mad respect if so. It looks like Phoenix is re-pushing out now. Right. I also like how many people are just replenishing, right? People just want to get back in the fight. And remember, here's a pro tip. Remember that all these players are gaining merit points, right, for all of this. So that's something they're going to be able to spend in their Alliance shop. They're going to be able to get a bunch of free resources from those two as well for the accounts. So, again, man, it is a win-win when you think about it. You get to fight to your heart's content. You get merit points. You get to use the merit points that you gain to go get free resources. You're not forced to go and fight, and you can still progress fully, right? So I think that all of that stuff is really dope. Okay. Given that I've lagged out more times now than I ever have thus far on these settings, I'm super shocked too as well, because I've watched a bunch of S2 fights and I haven't lagged out even once with the new settings that I was running. So I'm curious on what's happening. Maybe it's just a connection thing. With that in mind, though, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Right, like I said, I love what Server 4 is doing. Good building blocks. I like the foundation that's been set. Curious to see how they'll keep going from there. I also think this is something that other kingdoms should really take heed on, right? Being able to get in and produce content as early as I have been, fortunately, for COD, just like I was able to do it for Infinity Kingdom. The thing I like about doing content as early as we are is that depending on who's doing the content, right, you can really kind of shape narratives. You can shape perspectives, and almost to a degree shape how certain kingdoms may or may not develop. And be somewhat of an, if you want a streamline title, an influencer. And the way I like to view things is probably very different from how other content creators may view things, at least that I know, right, when it comes to my time in Rock and Infinity Kingdom and looking into some the other big three, right, which are State of Survival and Lords Mobile that I played for a year, is that there's not an emphasis necessarily on kind of kingdom management type content and all of the areas that are involved in that. And so when I'm able to kind of touch on these things, I love the fact that I have that opportunity to talk and to show a different approach and a different perspective on what can really allow for the average day-to-day player to have the best type of experience and get the most enjoyment out of playing. With that in mind, pretty much coming up to 30 minutes, so that is it for me. Let me know anything and everything in the comments down below. What did you guys think about this showing from Server 4? Anything that I touched on, right? Did you love seeing the war? Did you love seeing all the small skirmish fights? Because I know I did. So let me know down there. That's it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.